We're back, swinging our way through the 1960s. America has just elected its youngest president, John F. Kennedy. And what does the F stand for? Fucking. Lots of fucking. But we'll get back to that later. On January the 20th, 1961, JFK was sworn in as the 35th president of the USA and delivered his famous speech. Let's take a listen. Oh hey man, it's me John. My fucking back, it's gone. Gabe's gone, chief. You got Monroe's number, she's a hottie. Don't tell my wife, eh? But it wasn't an easy start for JFK. The world, once united over World War II, was now butting heads. It's the Cold War, baby. Cuba, Soviet Union, some other places. Tensions were high, and the threat of nuclear war was looming. Kennedy, like the previous presidents, aimed to contain the threat of communism through means of discussion, discouraging retaliation, and ultimately having mutual deterrence against nukes. During his presidency, nuclear weapons increased by 50%, so that didn't work. Way to go. But before you click away, he did some good. During the 1960s, a wave of decolonization happened. Hey, don't look at us. 24 countries gained independence, and Kennedy wanted to charm his way in with the new leaders. Food for Peace and Peace Corps were established, aiming to provide aid to developing countries. The peak of this came during the Congo crisis, where the USA and Soviet Union were supporting different armies over various proxy wars in Africa. With the Peace Corps, Kennedy hoped they would sway African countries away from communist revolutions. Did this work? I don't fucking know. This episode's not about communism. But those Soviets got all tricky. Tensions were high in Germany. The Berlin Wall was built. There probably were some other things. But Kennedy also had issues closer to home, unable to escape the shadow of Eisenhower's administration. Tensions between Cuba and America were at an all-time high, with Eisenhower creating plans to overthrow the communist leader, Fidel Castro. Kennedy, who during his campaigns was strongly against Castro, agreed with the previous plans to invade Cuba. 3 months after becoming president, American bombers entered Cuba for a carpet run. That's not an LGBTQ+ term, they just tried to bomb Cuba's airfields. But most of the bombing runs missed, so Castro's air force was fine. So let's hear it for the boys. The Brigade 2506. 2 weeks after the unsuccessful bombing runs, American troops entered Cuba via the Bay of Pigs. I mean, I haven't been to Cuba or anywhere in South. I guess there's pigs there. Why do you call it Bay of Pigs? Maybe there's like loads of police officers there. So they entered the Bay of Pigs. You know, they're hoping the military action would cause some uprising. Did they reach their goal? Absolutely fucking not. The brigade came under heavy fire, and 2 days later they were defeated. Over 100 men died, and Kennedy was like, oh shit. So he had to negotiate the release of over 1,000 survivors. You think this might be an easy thing, you know, shake a couple of hands, sign a few papers. Nah, this took 20 months. 20 months to get 1,000 people released. Even Cuba were like, oh, pay us $53 million so we can get like some food, some medicine, more women for Castro, fucking 1 million cigars. Was it a successful ransom? Wikipedia doesn't say, and I'm not clicking the hyperlinks. But let's get to the juicy part, the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Soviets, unsurprisingly, were supporting Cuba through providing economic and military assistance. And on October 14th, 1962, CIA spy planes spotted the Soviets building missile sites in Cuba. These pictures were deemed offensive, like your mum's nudes, and somehow pose a nuclear threat, like your mum's nudes. So to combat this, America decided to point missiles at the USSR through Turkey. The world was at a stalemate. You can just watch X-Men First Class, I'm pretty sure this is mentioned in it. It's towards the end of the film, you know, just fast forward through it. A stalemate that lasted for 13 days. America had its options drawn up. Do nothing, use diplomacy, offer Castro a deal, or attack Cuba. On October 27th, Castro believed America would attack Cuba and pressurized the Soviets to use nuclear force. On the same day, American boats planted depth charges near Cuba, and a Soviet submarine, who had no clue they were carrying nuclear weapons, believed America was now attacking them. 3 Soviets needed to give consent to launch the nukes. Captain Savitsky, the captain and some other dude were like, yeah, but Commander Commander him refused to launch missiles, saving the world from nuclear destruction. To be fair, we got very lucky there. Initially, you only did 2 people, and then because this commander man dude was on board, they technically did 3. You know, he saved everyone, saved the world from nuclear destruction, and later, America and the USSR agreed to dismantle their missiles. So Kennedy and America were in the clear, and that's history. Nothing ever happened to Jono. It was all fine until 1963. But look, we're skipping over the year. I don't give a shit. It's November the 22nd, and John was making his way through Dallas, Texas, in a car with no roof. Honestly, he was kind of asking for it. What was he doing there? I don't fucking care. We all know where this is going. Him and Jackie were strolling through the streets. Crowds are cheering, waving, fucking whatever. And depending on who you ask, 3 bullets rang out. One apparently hit a sign, one strikes Kennedy in the neck, and the last bullet hits him in the head. Spoiler alert, he got fucking assassinated. We've all seen the video. His head gets fucking blown off. And yeah, the JFK dies via assassination. That's like the 3rd or 4th time in American history a president's been assassinated. Am I gonna fact check that? Absolutely fucking not. Very quickly, his assassin is caught. Surprise, it's Lee Harvey Oswald. This is probably in the JFK movie and some fucking TV shows. Just go watch that. Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald is caught. I think he's also killed a police officer as well. He's on the run for like a day, 2 days. Gets caught in a movie theater. I'm completely going off script here, just going off the top of my memory. Allegedly, Lee Harvey Oswald is a communist, was training in the Soviet Union at some point, former military man, whatever. And on the 24th of November, Lee Harvey Oswald is taken away by police. He's strolled through the streets, through crowds. Was it a street? I don't actually fucking remember. He's basically strolled through, and Jack Ruby pops out of nowhere and fucking shoots Lee Harvey Oswald in the stomach, and Lee Harvey Oswald died. Jack Ruby probably had links to the mafia, I believe. Again, this podcast does not rely on fact checking. We rely on memory and Wikipedia. So John F. Kennedy's dead, and Lee Harvey Oswald's dead. No one really knows why he did it. There's the speculation that Kennedy had links to the mafia. Did Kennedy cause Marilyn Monroe to die because he was shagging her? Probably. I think Jack Ruby just was like, fuck it, he my president, we're backing the bro here, bang bang bang. Well, he only shot 1 bullet, so bang. And that is the demise of John F. Kennedy. Was he a good president? I don't know, I wasn't born in the 60s. Or the 50s, so I don't care. Would he have still been a good president? I don't know. He's fucking dead. And next week, we are continuing on our run of presidential power. Whoopee. We are talking about Richard Nixon and Watergate, and how presidents didn't get away with shit back then. Maybe America could learn a thing or two about Watergate. There's bugging, there's a group called Creep. I'm not looking forward to doing Nixon. I don't know why I said I would. But then after Nixon, we are doing the CIA and MK Ultra, which is way more fascinating. So Nixon first, then the CIA. What a treat. I fucking love American politics.